Good afternoon, all. So, in previous lecture, we have learned with the uh, kingdom. Kingdom is the highest taxonomical unit. Fine. So, in your textbook, if you have the textbook, please take it out. If you have the textbook, then please take it out. Fine. So, in textbook, one table is given there. You have to remember it. You have to remember it. Man, common name, biological name, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division. So man, biological name is Homo sapiens. Homo is genus. Family is Hominidae. So for family, AD, suffix can be used. Suffix means after any word. Hominidae, ed, ade, order Primata, class Mammalia, and phylum or division. So you know that phylum is for animal and division for the plants. Housefly, Musca domestica. Genus Musca, family Muscidae, order Diptera, class Insecta, and phylum Arthropoda, belonging to insect. So that we will learn in the fourth chapter. Mango, Mangifera indica, Mangifera Anacardiaceae, family Sapindales, it is order, class Dicotyledonine. So two cotyledons are there, and here you consider that division, that is angiosperm. Wheat, biological name Triticum aestivum. Wheat, Triticum aestivum, genus Triticum, family Poaceae, order Poales, class Monocotyledonine, and division angiosperm. Angiosperm is nothing but the flowering plant. So this table you have to remember, and related to this table specifically question will be asked like that. For example, what is the class for mango? What is the name of the family of the housefly? Or sometime match the following. Fine. So in this way it is used for MCQs. Now see taxonomical aids. So here you write the aids in this way. Don't write in this way. AIDS. Fine, this is the disease. Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So you write the AIDS in this way. So for easily understanding the particular organism, we have classified or identified or we have divided the organisms into different groups for easily understanding purpose. So this type of the knowledge can be used for forestry, agriculture, microbiology, fine farming, and in everywhere. Fine. So taxonomical aids are very important. So after identification of particular organism, where we will use this? Fine. So different taxonomical aids are there. Herbarium, botanical garden, museum, zoological park, key, flora, monograms, these are there. So we will complete this chapter today. Herbarium. Herbarium means that we collect the plant, collection of the plant, and we can cultivate it or preserve it. We can save it for the prolonged time. Fine. So here in herbarium, the method is see in method first collection of the plant. We can visit the any part and then we collect the specimen of the plant. Then drying with the help of litmus paper. With blotting paper. When you put the blotting paper just nearer to the moist area, so this blotting paper absorbs the water, then pressed. So the part which is tightly connected on the herbarium sheet, mounting, tie up with the help of the strings, pins, etc. And then poisoning. Some poisonous substances are also mounted or also sprayed on it, so insects cannot coming in contact with it and can't able to make them contaminated. Fine. So here we conserve or preserve for prolonged time. The size of herbarium sheet 11.5 by 16.5 inches. So here the herbarium is very useful. So in herbarium, if the plants are there, fine, then we can, living plant is there, so we can take this small part of the plant and preserve it in the preservative solution. So if you have visited the biology lab in your school, fine, in your 10th standard or 9th standard, whenever or wherever you have visited the biology lab showing that one chemical, the specimens are preserved. So if living plant the small plant specimen is there, so in formalin or formaldehyde, we preserve that specimen for a prolonged time. For example, if the plant is not existed right now, so we can draw the sketch diagram. So if any type of the photograph is available of that very old plant, so we can preserve it in the area. People can know about the importance of the plant, aware of that plant, and how we have to cultivate it and how we have to conserve it. We have to protect it. That all things we can understand it by taking the knowledge from the herbarium. And now, on the herbarium sheet, the collector's name, the person who has collected the specimen, so that name, the collection date, collection time, collection place, everything is written in the abbreviated manner. And then arrange all the plant specimens according to the scientific manner, according to the plant classification and animal classification in the cupboard. And just outside of the cupboard, one table is drawn that, and in that table every information related to that particular specimen is given there. In herbarium, the botany lab is also there. So in this lab, the books are available for studying all the plants. So if you want to do the research on the plant, so you can see the plant specimen and then you can read the book, so you are able to research on that particular plant. So this is about the basic information of the herbarium. Now the some names of the herbarium. Museum of Natural History at Paris. Royal Botanical Garden. Kew, England. Indian Botanical Garden. Sidhu, Calcutta. Herbarium of Forest Research Institute. At Dehradun. Herbarium of National Botanical Garden at Lucknow. So here the Museum of Natural History, that is Paris, is largest fine herbarium in the world, whereas herbarium of National Botanical Garden is the smallest. Fine. So this is about the herbarium. Now the botanical garden. What is the difference between botanical garden and herbarium? Fine. So botanical garden consists all the living plants and we have to cultivate it and conserve it. We can protect it. So botanical garden is that we cultivate the plant. We can protect the plant, allow them to grow in the favorable atmosphere. So if you visit any type of the botanical garden and there so many parts are there, for example, medicinal plants part there, orchid house, greenhouse, cactus house. This so many types of the departments are there or parts are there in the botanical garden. So here living plants are cultivated in garden. For example, greenhouse, cactus house, orchidium, medicinal plants, ornamental plants, etc. are cultivated in its environment. Fine. So here are different examples of the botanical garden. Royal Botanical Garden, Kew, England, it is given there. National Botanical Research Institute, Secunderabad. National Botanical Research Institute at Secunderabad. So here you remember the name NBRI. And 800 botanical gardens are registered in 800 botanical gardens are registered in IDBG, International Directory of Botanical Garden. (800) botanical gardens are registered or documented in the International Directory of the Botanical Garden. Now, the museum. We can preserve the plant as well as animal specimen. We can preserve the plant as well as animal specimen for study as well as reference. So at school level, the museum are very simple. At college level, they are more complex and highly complex and well arranged at a university level. So in museum, we can learn everything about flora as well as fauna. So you remember that flora is nothing but the plants. Flora means plants and fauna means animals. We can understand all the information about plants as well as animals. In museum, the specimens are also preserved as a dry. Fine. Here, the insects can be kept in the insect box. after killing. After killing them, insects can be preserved in the insect box. So the insects can be tied up with the help of the pin found in the insect box. And now the most important thing is stuffing method. Stuffing method is that we remove all the organs of the body, and then the whole body is filled with the spices, plant powder, cotton, preservative chemicals, and with the help of this all the components, fine. So we can preserve the body of an animal for a prolonged time. So this method is known as stuffing method, and stuffing method is mostly used for mammals as well as birds. Fine. And along with this, the skeleton of an organism, it is also preserved here. Just for example, if you visit any museum just nearer to you, you find out that the skeleton of the blue whale also, dinosaur also. Fine. So if you have visited the Kamati Bagh in Baroda, fine. So in Kamati Bagh museum is there, and in museum the largest blue whale skeleton is kept there, and some parts of the dinosaur skeletons are also there. Fine. So this is about the information of the museum. Now we give. I can give you some examples of the museum. So the name of the museum and location of it, you have to remember. Natural History Museum in London, Indian Museum, Prince of Wales Museum, Mumbai, National Museum of Natural History NMNH at Delhi. Maharaja Savai Mansingh II Museum at Jaipur. So these are the important name of the museum and their location. Now, zoological park. Or we say that zoo. In zoological park or zoo, we cultivate the animal outside of their natural habitat. Fine. So we are very interested to visit the museum and see the so many animals there. So now the few example. Nehru Zoological Park, Hyderabad. Zoological Garden, Kolkata. Gandhi Zoological Park, Gangtok. Sorry, Gwalior. National Zoological Park, Delhi. Kamala Nehru Zoological Garden, at Ahmedabad. Okay, so here I can stop now. The keys, flora, monographs, and manuals. We will take it in the next lecture.